Hey guys, welcome to my series where we learn how to EQ everything, and today we're gonna do acoustic guitars. Let's do it. So before we jump into Logic, it's the usual disclaimer, of course, and especially with acoustic guitars this is true. Recording quality is everything. This is one of those areas where you need a good instrument, you need at least a somewhat decent microphone. Playing, let's not even mention the playing, I'll show you an example there as well. It's just where everything has to get together in the right way, unfortunately. What I recommend is, if you are not sure what you're doing, I would stay away from stereo techniques altogether. I don't even think it's worth it because it's not really a stereo instrument once you take two steps away from it. It's a mono instrument, let's face it, and usually you will pan it left and right or have one in the center. If you have one in the center, maybe you can do like an MS or an XY just to add a little bit of something to it, but personally I'm not a fan of it at all. What I usually do is one microphone 1-2 feet away from between the 12th fret and where the neck touches the body. So that's kind of the good area, which is quite balanced. You get good fretboard, good body, you don't get any of the boom. Don't put the microphone in front of the hole. I know it seems very intuitive to do that, but that's how you get a boomy, bassy, muddy tone. It's just too much, it's not good. Fretboard, too thin, hole, too boomy, right in the middle, perfect. As easy as that. Let's have a listen to an example where this went wrong. So as we can see, this is a very boomy, very unpresent sound. It doesn't have any of the sparkle that we'd want from an acoustic guitar, yet it has a lot of boom between 100 and 200. And we can see even the subs are for some reason quite prominent. Now let's ignore the tambourine that's on top of it as well. The playing is so-so, we can see it's not very even. There are a lot of hard spikes that would be very difficult to compress as well. This is damage control territory again. We would have to cut quite aggressively in the lows here. Probably have a low shelf reducing this boom as well, and we definitely need a big boost in the top. But we still don't get that present sound because it sounds almost like he was playing with his thumb, but there's no pick, no fingernail, so we don't get any of the presence. We just get this low mid, this muddy tone. And I actually talked to the artist today actually that we are not going to use this song on the album because the recording is just not good enough compared to the rest of the songs on the record. And the guitar was a big part. It was meant to be carried, the song was meant to be carried by the acoustic guitar, but it doesn't carry, it cannot carry, it doesn't have the lead-in quality, unfortunately. So I just wanted to show you a bad example, okay? It's also part of the reality of mixing. But let's have a look at another one. Yay, this is happy mixing territory. So we have a good sound, good sounding acoustic guitar, a lot of presence. Of course, it was played by a pick, you can hear it. It's not the biggest sound, it's not like a jumbo probably, but you know, it's good, it has character, it has everything we need. It's probably even the right sound choice for the song. Now, this is it, in my opinion. I don't hear any harshness, any unwanted harshness. I don't hear any unwanted boom once I compensated for the missing top end that we always get in every recording all the time. But if we have a lot of instruments in the mix, we might be bothered by this little bit of mud in around 200. So the sound cleaned up really nicely. I'm amazed, by the way, how you can see that it goes all the way up to 20K, almost flat. Really, I mean, in acoustic terms, this is almost flat. This fall off, it's really nice. There's nothing else I would do here, to be honest. A bit of compression to keep it more even, and that's about it. But compression we'll do in another series completely. Let's have a look at another one. So this is good. It's very typical, I would say. It has good presence, good body, but it definitely has this low mid-range mud here that you can hear. You can really hear how these small adjustments really made the guitar come to life. Again, it's like we took off a blanket from the sound. It's just more pleasant, more present as well. It will cut through more. I know this wasn't a pop rock ballad kind of song. We definitely needed this extra top end here to make it cut through. In reality, in the actual mix, I would probably not even use this low-end boost and probably boost even more top-end to make sure that it really cuts through the cymbals, the vocals. I think we had strings in this song. So most likely the sound that we would get, and this is like a more contextual thing, right, is more just the pick and the sparkle from top and quite a bit less from the body. So more likely something like this. But again, this is more about fixing than contextual mixing for now. I will do complete, I will do full song mixing videos later on as well. Now, next one is interesting because it's actually the same guitar, same microphone, same player, same section of the song as well, but a different mode of the chords, right? So these are the same chords, just played higher on the fretboard. And what is very interesting to notice here that even though the chords are being played a lot higher, we still get this muddy resonance here, this very obvious kind of whispering resonance in the lower mids. Because this is the body of the guitar, okay? This is the body of the guitar vibrating. It's not necessarily the strings, it's not necessarily the chords, it's just the resonant frequency of the guitar itself. And it's kind of a giveaway that it's not a very, very, very expensive guitar. It sounds like a decent guitar, but it's probably not a Martin or a Guild or anything really high-end like that, a Taylor maybe. So as you can see, recording quality dictates the sound more than anything else. And of course the playing. It's an acoustic instrument, it's a very expressive instrument, it's a very delicate instrument, it's a really hard instrument to play actually, to play it right, to play it really well. As we can see here, I mean, these are all of these guys have sent me excellent productions and very great recordings, yet the first recording didn't quite cut it, whereas the rest of them were really, really good. Actually, let's have a listen to them without any processing, just so we can really hear the differences. Now that I'm listening to it again, I started hearing a resonance, an unwanted resonance again around 2 kHz, 1.6 to be precise. And interesting how it's not that dominant in the other guitar, which is the same one again, same player, same guitar, same microphone. Must be more of a chord thing or... Okay, so this was a quick one because when it comes to acoustic guitars, recording and playing is everything, but of course we can still do some damage control. Again, recording an acoustic guitar is not that difficult. Just don't do it in your kitchen. Try to find a room that is relatively either quite dead or it has a pleasant sound, a pleasant room sound, like a music studio, for instance. And other than that, definitely just use one mic. Don't play around with multiple mics because it just creates phase issues and the guitarist moves a little bit and you have a completely different tone. Already with one microphone, it's difficult enough to capture a consistent tone over a 3-4 minute long song. As I mentioned also, one microphone, 12th fret or where the neck touches the body or joins the body, that's the best position, and 1-2 feet away, pointing down a little bit to not get a lot of the breath of the player. And that's it, that's how to capture the best sound, honestly, and this has worked for me time and time again. It doesn't have to be that complicated. Now, if you like this video, please give me a like and subscribe, of course. And if you want to learn more about mixing, I do one-on-one masterclasses only with you. We can do one class where we can focus on one particular issue that you might be having, or we can do a full 3-4 class course where we go through all the basics, all the essentials, all the foundations that are important for mixing, mastering, producing, and all of that, because it's really one big thing. We cannot talk about recording without talking about mixing, or we cannot talk about mastering without talking about recording, etc., etc. So I really want to make sure that you have a good foundational understanding and that you understand the concepts so you can figure out your own problems and you can come up with your own solutions and come up with your own methods and your own style without second guessing yourself and without having to watch any other YouTube tutorials. My promise is I will not try to sell you plugins or any bundles or presets or any of that stuff because you will not need them once you're done with me. So I hope you liked this video. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, happy mixing. Bye bye.